Hello everyone, this is Warpster77 tuning into another video, and today I am here with another AR-101, and we're going to be doing the M16A4 this time. Now, there's really not much difference to the M16A4 versus the A3 other than, well, you guessed it, that it goes to burst instead of full auto. I was wondering where the fuck that guy went. So, first thing to note that, again, I don't know what it is with the M16 series and the Delta sight, but it's always off somehow, some way, in some shape or form. I don't know why or how it works, but it does. So I use the canted iron sight instead of the Delta. Personally, I prefer the Delta over the iron sight just so I can see where the fuck I'm shooting, but if you can't hit anything, what's the point of seeing where you're shooting? It's just false hope at that point. One thing to note is that the M16A4 is more powerful than the A2 by a factor of 3 hit close range to a 4 hit close range. Other than that, not really much difference. And that's kind of going to be portrayed in the sight classes since there's really no difference, and I think it's one of the, if not the most versatile weapon aside from maybe, you know, the AK or the AN-94, just because of how effective it is, and this is why I prefer it over, say, the AK-74. AK-12 gives this a gun a run for its money, but I'd take the AK-12 over the M16A3 any day, personally speaking. Oh. I don't know how this person feels about me running out of bullets, but hopefully he can make a kind donation of bullets to my face, and if not, I will, yeah, thank you, person who has a ballistics tracker, you scum. But thank you all the same. And here we have the sniper variant. I'm gonna do this just for a little bit, and since it's appropriate for me on the crane, so I would choose personally to switch it into semi, just so that recoil's sake. But up close and personal, you can, if you choose to, and not just switch to the Delta. It would be advised to just tap fire, 1, 2, 3, 4, bada boom, bada bing, dead. If you get a headshot, it's basically a 4-hit kill. If you get all body shots, it's 5. Long range. Yeah, just 1, 2. Whoops. The problem I have with most VCOG weapons adaptations is that you can't hold down the sight long enough. This is my personal 2 cents, if you will. Now, with the VCOG, I never really use it. If I'm going to be using long-range weapons, I'll use a long-range weapon. And if at that, I'll use an ACOG, if anything else. Also, semi is not a bad setting for this, especially if you have a trusty sidearm. It will inevitably, indubitably annihilate anuses. Like that. See? So yeah. Also, once this thing switches me over to the menu, the C79 is basically the same thing. And for the VCOG setting, I switch the stubby grip for the angled grip primarily for the reason that the angled grip keeps things a bit more vertical versus dispersing it with the muzzle brake. So that's mainly why, but if you... Oh, get the fuck... Thank you. So, yeah. If you want the C79, I recommend it. It's a really good long-range sight as well. So if you like either the ACOG or the C79, it's up to you personally. It's just personal preference at that point. Anyway, I'm going to move on to the next one. Here we have the combat, if you will, version of where it's just straightforward, one side only, good to go. It's a good all-around set, although I would have actually chosen to switch out the green laser for the red laser, especially for this one. And yeah, actually, I think the red laser is better. I don't know why I set it to green, because I don't have a long-range sight, really. What the... But tap firing it at this range is the best. Get your 5 in. Oop, I'm spotted. Time to run. Do-do-do-do. You see nothing. Oop, time to run. Skip, hop, skip, and a jump away. Since now I know where they're spawning at. Although, Personally, I would have chosen the longer range combat sights like the ACOG or the C79 for this map, but for the sake of brevity of this video, I'm showing you the Campaign Point one, and I really like the Campaign Point sight. But the PKAS will work just the same as well, so don't feel obliged that there's really much difference. It's just for sight clarity, and I think they're equal magnification zooms as well. So yeah, these are well, this one in particular, those two are my choices for kind of medium range combat sights, and especially with the M16A4. Like the A3, it's pretty straightforward as to what I'm going for here. I'm going for something I can just zoom in, get the job done, get my 3 to 4 hits off. If I need to tap fire, I don't need to spend my time moving my little mouse microscopic pixels, essentially, unlike people who like use a reflex, especially for long range combat. I don't understand it. Because, I don't know, I guess my sensitivity isn't that high anyway, but I prefer more control and accuracy over just low recoil, but son of a bitch. Anyway, I'll move on to the closer ranged ones in the next clip after this round wraps up. So here we have the Cobra Sight PBS1 Stubby Grip Green Laser. Well, that's a way to start things off. So, again, much like the A3, I keep saying A2, but just like the A3, the PBS1 keeps things nice and clean, especially for long-range engagements. Does lower the damage down, but it's still a 3-hit kill at close range. So, that's a real good benefit. Problem is getting up close, especially if you're trying to go suppressor. People will still hear you coming a mile away. So, I would recommend as well the ARS, just like before, or the PBS4 actually. That will do a pretty good one as well. Just know what you're good at for suppression, especially when you're getting up close. But I'll show you another suppressive class that can be really useful, especially in a metro map, in these long-range engagements. Oh, that is horse shit, and you know it. Only hit him twice, bull. But yeah, I already showed the M16A3 with this setup, so let me switch to another one. Alright, so here we have the PKAS with the ARS suppressor along with the canted delta sight. Now the reason I switched to this one is because the PKAS has a really good recoil reduction trait, much like the reflex, as well as it gives it a significant amount of zoom. So you can still get up close, but this will provide accuracy for those long-range encounters, unlike the Cobra like you saw in the last one, or in the last clip like 2 seconds ago. So that is why you would perhaps want a close range sight even with a suppressor on it, especially when you know that you're going up against people who aren't necessarily using one. On top of that, the ARS has a significant stud difference reduction from 80 studs to 50 studs, which is about as long as this room. If you wanted to go real quiet, I guess you could also use R2, which will really fuck up your suppression, but I'll demonstrate it too as well, because I have a really handy class for that as well, especially if you're going to be getting a lot of reduction, recoil increase. Da-da-doo. Da-da-da. See, they don't hear it coming. Son of a bitch. Get him, boys! So yeah, let me just switch over to the R2. I'll show you the difference between them. And then, let's get back into the action. Nope, yeah. Let's go here. So, let me show you the difference. You don't really get to see much of it, but it's also a little choppier with the burst weapons in particular. Just die already, goddamn. That's not even physically possible. It doesn't even... It's either you die or you live. Make up your fucking mind. Anyway, let's get back over here. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with these guys. They're annoying though. My accuracy is on fleek today. But no, the R2 will really keep you under radar cover. So if you're into being a bit more stealthy, to this kind of extent, by all means, I'd recommend the R2 suppressor with this. But if you like having your accuracy above all else, I would recommend either the ARS or the PBS-1. Especially the PBS-1 if you don't mind being on radar, but you'd like to slim off the ones that'll detect you from around every fucking corner. So yeah, definitely pick your classes wisely, especially when dealing with certain individuals. Also, radar is key, especially with this new spotting system, quote-unquote system. More like spotting broken. But that's a different story. I also really like the skin that I got. Not the rain, but how it's red instead of the hex, because I don't really like the hex setup on this one. But yeah, what do you guys think? Which do you like better? Which suppressor, I should ask. And I don't know why it's taken so many bullets. It should take 5, end of story. But people will be people. See that was 4 headshots. That it would kill. 35 assist my ass, good sir. But anyway, those are the setups that I have for this one that are kind of different from the A3. You really just kind of use them hand in hand, so yeah. Anyways guys, this is Warpster77 signing out. Hasta!